crossed this works better. There we go. That should work. Yeah, good evening, bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. Expect a bumpy ride today. Windows 11 updated on my PC and it completely broke everything, so I had to refresh everything. I had to reinstall everything, basically, which is not fun. I thought I'd fixed everything, but no, some of the settings, when they go back to default, just plain don't work. I think that's just one I might have missed, but it's fine. Hopefully. Oh no, hang on. I'm spotting something. Hopefully nobody saw that. The edge of my green screen was showing. How embarrassing. That's very unprofessional of me. Seems to be fine now, though. Taking bets on what's going to break next. Let me just make sure everything else is fine. Oh, okay. Congratulations on being first again, Marriage Wizard. Somehow you did it again. No music. Okay, yeah, I'm still sorting that out. Give me one moment. I can fix that. Gonna add it back in. Boom, there we go. That should be working. Okay, what else do I need to fix? Oh, good for you, dude. I'm happy for you. Yo, use protection. Don't be a fool, wrap your tool. Don't be silly, wrap your willy. No, I mean like bring a sword or something. You never know what you have to throw down. At the very least. Folding knife. Dude, like the knife laws in the UK are so strict recently, right? And it's absolutely insane that I managed to get a folding knife posted out to me that I brought up AliExpress only a few years ago. Considering that shit's now highly illegal. Like, you're not allowed to carry it and only leave it at home for personal use. And the fact that I used to be able to get that in the post is absolutely insane. So YouTube basically have an automatic cropped for virtual streaming now. Issue is, it's only got half of me in it. Because I'm off center, aren't I? You know, I'll mess with the YouTube stuff later. How's everyone been? Have I checked to see? I've not checked the redeemed. I've hopefully set them all up correctly. I think Tangia I know definitely works. That's the one I could test. So the chatbots still work. I'm hoping most of them do. I think some of them might be broken. I'm not sure which ones. I'm going to look through some stuff. Okay, let's have a look. I need to do Duolingo, I need to do my word, or I've got a few videos I want to talk about. And a article. I'm not sure if you've seen about a nun who stabbed herself. Which I definitely need to talk about. And just some general trouble I've been stirring up. Turns out a lot of people really fucking love that healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. I didn't realize he had fans. Yeah, there's a nun who faked a hate crime. And yeah, I found out recently that Brian Thompson has a lot of fans. I've got a video about, I don't know if you remember when I mentioned previously about that one dude who shot a firework at a child. There's been an update to that story. Did they not? Hang on, let me Google that. Pretty sure I might have heard something like that before, but I wasn't sure if it's true or not. Did they not give it readers like Miranda rights? I'm pretty sure they're supposed to. Or did they just nab him? Yeah. I know that much. Because they literally nabbed him on the day when really they shouldn't have been allowed to. And I want to know what the fuck is going on with Tyler Robinson, actually. Dude off Charlie Kirk and just faded into obscurity. Like, they're not letting anyone find out anything about him. Like, he's not getting anywhere near the fraction of the kind of attention Luigi's getting. And for all we know, Luigi didn't do anything. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time and looked like the wrong person. The actual killer probably got away. gonna do a quick test to make sure everything is working fine. Let me double check. I'm hoping the audio works on this as well. Do a test one, yeah. Sometimes I can hear things on my end, but it might not be on stream, so I'm hoping this one works. This one works usually means all of them are gonna work. Or at least most of them will.
Avatar, Obi asked me, are you real? Am I real? Well, that's a question philosophers have been pondering since Socrates tripped over a rock and blamed it on the gods. In the grand scheme of things, I'm as real as the BBC's budget for documentaries on why cats hate Mondays. Utterly fictional, yet somehow funded. But if you mean real, like a person who washes their hands after using the loo, then no, I'm just a voiceover in your head, narrating the absurdity of it all.
I think I might play some God of War as well today. Might have to do a bit of that. Well, here we go. Come on, Charlie, give us a good one.
Marriage Wizard asked me, hey Charlie, your summoning budget has redirected towards Trump's bank account, so this will be the last question you get before being banished to hell forever. Why does Garfield hate Mondays?
Oh,
Marriage Wizard, let's debate this nonsense before the devil's accountants cut my funding, probably thanks to that pink-haired harpy lunar harpy's pronouns budget. Garfield hates Mondays because statistically 87% of cat kidnappings happen then, per my afterlife scrolls. It's not laziness, it's survival against woke cartoon agendas. Prove me wrong or I'll rant for eternity. Already edited out my loss to Socrates down here.
I like how he's blaming on the fact that Harpy's getting a bigger pronoun budget. I wonder how she's going to fit them all into her bio now. Right. It seems to be working fine. No issues with stream. Fingers crossed it stays this way. Alright, what do I want to start with? What do I want to talk about first, actually? I mean, there's my stream title that's in reference to FIFA bending over and taking it up the ass from Donald Trump. Which, I don't know why people are surprised by it, considering they've always been a very spineless sort of organization, right? I mean, that's back-to-back with the news that Eurovision are still going to let Israel compete, despite the fact that people were boycotting it last time. I'm not sure why people are surprised by the fact that these big corporations are massive fucking pussies when it comes to making a stand for what's right. They go where the money is. They don't really give a shit about any rights. They'll go with whatever makes them the most money. So I think it would be quite funny if in Eurovision next year, every country pulls out. If every country but Israel pulls out, I think that would be great. I don't know if they will. They probably only care about making money and getting attention as well. But it would be a statement if countries decide not to go, because apparently they love having Israel there, even though Israel's not even in Europe. The fucking Middle East. Why are they even in Eurovision? I think he went with Harpy because she's the closest minority to him at the time, which is... He probably would have gone for black people. Australia gets a pass because they were colonized, I guess. I've never really watched Eurovision, it's never been my thing. Though I have a lot of gay friends and they're all about it, but they didn't watch... Most of them didn't even watch last year's one. I think the idea behind it is cool, I'm just not into it. It's just not my thing. Oh, Australia is cool, yeah. Australia is the most crazy fucking country on the planet. Just in terms of wildlife alone. The way everything there just evolved so differently. And by differently, I mean with the means to kill a person, despite the fact that barely any people lived there in the first place. Like, when people say they're built different, they mean like an Australian wildlife. They do. They have the most unfortunate connection. But I guess it's a connection nonetheless. Let me have a look. There must be some news I might have caught. I need to catch up. Oh, hang on. That's not what I want to do. There was some stuff I did want to talk about. Careful with the anti-Semitic remarks there. Someone's gonna make you anti-Semite of the year. Like they did to Miss Rachel. The fact that Miss Rachel literally just said, I don't think kids should be killed, and they're like, that's anti-Semitic. Enough with these anti-Semitic statements and blood libel, Miss Rachel. All she did was say she cares about all kids and doesn't want any of them to be killed. Like, you know, people should not be dead. Being dead is bad. Don't kill people, especially children. It's like everyone supports, like, all the Zionists support Israel, just saying the quiet part out loud when they call her anti-Semitic for saying statements like that. I follow a lot of anti-Israel Jewish people. Like, I don't know why Americans, specifically American Jewish people, mostly in like places like the East Coast, think that if you're Jewish you have to support Israel. If anything, seeing a country with your religious symbol committing such horrible acts should make you want to deny it more, right? You should say, hey, they don't represent all of us. Not everyone wants this. None of us wanted these kind of war crimes to be committed in our name, basically. But no. Instead, they're like, oh shit. We need to somehow justify this. It is. Honestly, it just ties down to Islamophobia. 100%. Why so many Zionists are Christians? They just want a justifiable excuse to say they hate Arab people. So I do like that we've got like genuinely actually decent celebrities like Sabrina Carpenter, Oscar Isaac, Pedro Pascal, Mark Ruffalo, Kate Blanchett, like literally speaking up against America and Zionism and ICE and all that shitty stuff in the world right now. We need the other... That's why I think we should call out celebrities who don't do it. Like the celebrities who stay quiet on that shit. They're like, why? What are they worried about? Losing their jobs? I mean, better actors than them have been able to say free Palestine without losing anything. So it shows you that maybe these guys might not be great actors if they think that, say, making a statement like that could cost them their job, right? That's what's keeping them there. I'm guessing, you know, they can't rely on their acting talent or whatever. I mean, they are. It's, all the Abrahamic religions are basically the exact same fucking text with, like, an extra chapter or two and in different languages. That's all it is. And in fact, a lot of parts of the world, those religions actually do get along. Like, I've seen places with, like, mosques and synagogues and churches all getting together to do community stuff together. Like, in my local, like, religious community, like, they're right next to each other. The mosques and the churches, synagogues, and, temples, even, are literally on the same street. Like, I shit you not, from where I live right now, to my right, you can see a church and a mosque within, like, less than 500 meters of each other. And guess what? They don't hate each other. In fact, there's a community center also directly across the road for them both, and they both use it. Unfortunately, though, there is also a Church of Scientology here, near the city center, and they hand out free copies of Dianetics on the street. And do that weird fucking test to see how many aliens you got inside you. I'm surprised they made it to the UK, to be honest. One of my posts went viral, again. I saw it out in the wild. Every now and again I see one of my own posts. Let's play. Let's play. They're not gonna work. Is that not working? Hang on. Let's play. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, though, hang on. I need to fix that command real quick. Let's chat. Let's chat. There we go. Okay. The Scientologists, like Church of Scientology, they even have their own fucking navy as well, where they literally abuse their followers at sea by holding them hostage on a ship. It's so fucked up. Hopefully this should work. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Watch this. I need to fix that in a second. But yeah, there's this post here. Currently got 2.7k likes. I love when this shit happens, right? When I see a post in the wall and it says here, houses in the UK use this flag to let people know which areas registered sex offenders live in. Motherfucker, it's my post. I made that post. This is like, I've lost count how many times I've gone viral this year. I think I need to start making like a counter or something, or keeping track of it. It happens on average like once a month, I think, usually. I just wish they kept my reply in it, though the reply was fucking great. And I love seeing this shit happen. I never get credited for this stuff. Like, my posts get stolen all the fucking time, usually by like a white dude. This one's called Kyle. But it happens all the time. And I'm not surprised at this point. Whenever I'm making a banger post, I just know it's going to get stolen. And I'll probably see it in like a week's time on someone else's page with more likes than I got on my own. Because this shit happens to me all the time. I've just gotten used to it now. In fact, I basically have a place of power. So, what I normally realized is he related to the? Oh no, I think that might be a separate person. That dude was like definitely not actually white, but pretending to be white. And he ended up deleting his own account, not mine. So I guess he was a specialist in that. And he demonstrated his ability to delete Facebook accounts. Just couldn't get mine, that's all. He got the wrong account. No, but I legitimately have a pace of power because I know that a good, like, over half of the posts I made that go viral. Let's chat. Over half the posts I make that go viral, right? I've all made them from the exact same place. So I basically do have like a place of power where I'm at my strongest. And that place is the Odeon cinema. A very specific one though. Because the cinema that I normally go to watch my favorite movies and stuff, it used to be the spot where there was a children's hospital, right? And that was the children's hospital where I had my cancer treatment, where I had my surgery for my tumor in my spine and stuff, right? And then they moved the hospital to a bigger building in a different place. And that location then eventually became like, you know, a leisure center and all that stuff. And then eventually now it's just like a cinema and like basically like a mall, like where there's like bowling and stuff. And yeah, essentially I go to watch movies there all the time. I just love the irony of the fact that, hey, I'm standing in the exact spot where I almost fucking died from cancer, right? And I've had to go through radiotherapy and shit. I just think it's a fucking cool idea. So that's where I normally go to watch all my favorite movies. And usually when I've finished watching a movie, I'll make a meme about it whilst the credits are playing, right? On my phone and just post it. And 9 times out of 10, that post ends up becoming insanely viral, getting like millions of views and stolen and posted by every page. So I think if I had like a place of power where I'm at my strongest, it would literally be that one Odeon cinema. Alright, let me talk about... Have a look, hang on. Before I continue, before I get distracted again, anything else I wanted to mention? This. Nope, okay. Alright, you know what? Let's move on to my my next thing. Let's play. So this is my most recent post that surprised me in a way, because it turns out there are a lot of people who fucking love healthcare CEOs. So this one incident helped improve American healthcare more than any other event in history. If it didn't happen, insurance companies are going to stop paying for anesthetic as part of your insurance, so you'd either have to pay for it yourself or have surgery without it. So I'm just referencing the fact that Blue Cross Blue Shield, the other big healthcare company in the US, essentially reversed their plan to stop paying for anesthetic within days of Brian Thompson being shot in the back by a stranger who was never caught. And like, I'm pretty sure in those 6 weeks that followed, healthcare insurance companies approved more requests than they ever did in anywhere else in history, right? Like in any time in history, I think people getting healthcare like insurance requests approved it at record rates because they were afraid of this happening again. Oh, Sarah, hello, how are you doing? I'm sure a lot of people who have ADHD probably got told they were lazy when they were young. It's like a very common thing to misdiagnose things because people don't know what symptoms that, it might be a symptom or a sign. So I think a lot of people getting I think people just need a better understanding of it. That's why I generally think mental health should be taught in schools, because a lot of the issues are caused by people just not understanding shit. It generally is fucked, because like other countries do have private healthcare barriers, but none of it is as fucked up as it is in America, right? No other country has it quite as bad, even the ones that have private healthcare. But the reason I'm showing you this post specifically, right, it's got like 4K, like 4.8K likes, almost 5K likes, is just how shocked I am by the replies, because people fucking love the CEO. Like, if I scroll down past the people that think, yeah, it's great, acting like this is some hero who wanted to help you all raise 9% cycle who shouldn't have access to a gun. Violence at all hands, embrace it, blah, blah, blah. Violence is all that's done. We got posts like that saying, hey, yeah, we gotta sometimes respond with violence, which, absolutely. The only good Nazi is a dead one. I guess the same applies for healthcare CEOs. Which, of course, these are all the based ones. But if I keep going down, you suddenly get all these comments here. From people who really fucking love this CEO. Celebrating the murder of a CEO isn't edgy, revolutionary, or making capitalists afraid. It's the endorsement of barbarism, masquerading as social commentary. The moment you start framing violence as legitimate, like literally people like saying shit like this. Although it feels like this person might have used AI to type this out, actually, considering how they're typing up such long paragraphs that happen to be exactly the same amount for the word count. I think that a lot of them are bot counts, Alex. Are you mad they denied your Ozempic? Literally, dick riding insurance companies is the lowest form of bootlicking, homeboy. You cannot justify murder under any circumstances. It's morally wrong. You get all these fucking MAGA accounts with like 3 followers saying, hey, no, Second Amendment, yes, but murdering people, no. Especially if it's a CEO, especially if it's a white guy. Don't do that. Doctors are literally capitalists. Cold-blooded murder is not the way to improve our healthcare. There is an appeals process. No other country has to do that. Oh, which one? Legitimately, yeah, they'd rather not. Oh, the Ozempic one, yeah. That's one of the ones I responded to. Here's another good one I actually responded to, actually. And yet, United Kingdom's 4H NHS is frowned upon as too socialist for the US. In the last year, the NHS saved the lives of both myself and my wife. The cost to us, nothing. And I responded saying, Americans are paying for free healthcare. The free healthcare is just in Israel instead of the States. Because, yeah, the amount of money America sends to Israel, and Israel has, like, healthcare as well, right? Not quite the same as socialized healthcare, but they have, like, healthcare provided by the government that they don't have to pay for, like the basic stuff. Yeah, they really are trying. The thing is, they're stripping things. They're doing it really slow. It's like death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it? So they're like taking away things that the doctors can do for us, and then saying, "Oh, you want this specific treatment? You have to go get it done privately." And it's just like literally, like it starts off really small things, like, "Oh, these treatments aren't very common. That's why they're going private, and they're not going to be providing for everyone." They realize, "Oh, they stripped back so many things. Now you can't get most things anymore without having to go to like somewhere else." Because they've outsourced it to like a third party, haven't they? Like, oh, we don't do this sort of thing here anymore. You have to now go to a pharmacy and pay for it. And I think the reason they're doing that is because they want to have privatized healthcare here. But the way to do that is to make free healthcare as bad as possible, so people would have no other choice, right? The people have a choice between free healthcare that's really good and private healthcare that's only slightly better. No one's gonna fucking pay for it. I responded to this one, which I think is definitely a bot as well. Very wrong. Why aren't Democrats voting for gun control on this? Are y'all the only ones allowed to shoot people? And I said, with a test spelling mistake, of course, it's a problem the right created, and now they're suffering the consequences. Giving everyone guns put everyone at risk, and this is the cost you're paying for allowing guns. You can't cry about people on the right being shot now when you weren't concerned with others getting shot before, which is essentially what's happening, right? People are suddenly upset about people being shot now, but for decades they said fuck all about it. Like school kids getting shot. Hashtag thoughts and prayers. Suddenly a right-wing podcaster gets shot. We need gun control. I love the fact that it's Charlie Kirk's death that's pushing them to like consider maybe gun control should be a thing. They blame mental health and they do nothing about it. They're like, oh, it was a mentally ill loner acting alone. I can't imagine how disappointing it must be, right? If you happen to be like a cop in America on your very first day, right? And you really want to shoot someone, and you find out there's an active shooter in a school, and you go there, and then when you arrive, you find out they're trying to talk him down, and realize, oh shit, he's white, isn't he? We're not going to shoot anyone. I got this weird guy, Redneck Muslim 25. Most contrapuntal name I've ever seen, saying he's a capitalist, come try and try and make me afraid, I shoot back. And I said, you don't even have any capital. Bro is like a freelance fucking SoundCloud musician. They also love saving pictures of me. That's a pretty fucking good picture. They don't. They don't have any capital. Not even capital letters. Connor, unfortunate. How are you doing, dude? I see someone else who doesn't have any capital today, and that's Connor. I don't know what's up with you today, man. You've been getting it like, is it 2 or 3 times in a row now? Oh, this is a good one. Did you delete his one? No, hang on. Wait till we start shooting back. Then you left-wing bitches will be crying. Dead CEOs don't shoot back. Fucking Bruce Lee that shit. Does my audio sound weird? My PC reformatted. Hang on. Is it my microphone? Is this better? If I change it to this? I think the settings on my microphone might be off. Yeah, you can actually have you can legally own a gun in the UK. There just happens to be very strict laws about it. A lot of people don't know that. Hang on, there we go. I'm hoping this works better. I think the microphone's like noise gate settings might be a bit off. Or noise suppression. Let's chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. Yeah, the microphone is a bit off. Hang on. Considering how many times I've had to do that. We had one, was it last year or the year before, with that shotgun and that one weird incel dude down south? Alright, should I start talking about that Catholic nun? I do have a lot to say about that one. Let me do the Wordle first. And my Duolingo. I like how they never want to blame the fact that maybe he's just a hateful, evil person, right? It's always like something else, like, oh, he's autistic and lonely and weird. Therefore, he had to shoot people and then himself. No, he's just a fucking hateful person. That's what hateful, evil people do. You know what, let me get my Spanish lesson done. Let's play. Do it this way. Duolingo is what I want to do. There we go. Grandmother, abuela. Tu casa. Yeah, it's weird how whenever it's a white guy doing crimes, is they never bring up his race or religion, right? Like Tyler Robinson, what race was he? What was his religion? Wife, esposa. Yo tengo un gato. What was it? Un carro. There we go. Do you have a car? Don't worry, let me know how many guesses it takes you to. I might start with the same word. They really will. They do their absolute best to try and avoid saying that. Mi apartamento es grande. I wish. My mother is intelligent. My brother, mi hermano. Abuelo. Yeah, they're gonna be very heavily skewed, aren't they? Unfortunately, for the average person who doesn't pay close enough attention, they won't think much of it or read too into it. House is casa. Elegant is elegante. Suitcase is maleta. Car is carro. Apple is manzana. What's that word? Daughter. Perfect is perfecto. Water is agua. Thanks is gracias. Apple, manzanas, elegant, elegante. Do something es muy bonito. Beautiful. Your taxi, telephone. Your bread is beautiful. Positieren und not a museum. My husband has a cat. There we go. Oh, thank you. Okay. Front, was it? Got an F? Okay. I've not used a U and I. I could go with not fruit. I used an R. Here we go. Got the T in the right place. I'm not using an E or a U or an I. Or an S. Eats. Okay. F. Something. EE, I think it could be. Let me try might. Get rid of a few of these. Luck. Okay. I think I might got this. It's gonna be flute. Took a few guesses, but I got there in the end. Anyway. Who heard about this? This story is one I did post about on social, actually. But it happened a few days ago. Do you know what my favorite fucking thing about this story actually is? You can see that it says published December 3rd, updated December 3rd, right? Did you abandon it, Connor? I got it at the very end. I got it on my 6th try. It was a tricky one. But yeah, I want to talk about this story. So, when it was originally reported, a nun was stabbed by a immigrant was the original story. Every right-wing media source and news outlet ran that story. And now, every single one of them has had to do an amended update to the story. So now they are reporting on this story instead, which I fucking love because it's great karma, right? They were so quick to publish a story about a nun being stabbed by a migrant. They now have to make a story about how a nun lied by stabbing herself and blaming migrants. They will have to update their reporting now because of the little amendment that has to come up now. But yeah, a Catholic nun is now facing criminal charges against allegedly stabbing herself and giving a false report. Sister Maria Tatiana Zrono, 35, original from Bosnia and Herzegovina, sparked a 4-day investigation after telling police an unknown assailant stabbed her in Zagreb, Croatia on November 29th. A local man took to Facebook shortly after, writing that he learned from a trusted source that Sister Maria had been stabbed by a migrant who was shouting religious slogans. These claims were found to be false, the Zagreb Police Department said, and stressed that they fully refuted the narrative. Police found that the nun brought the knife herself at a shop in the city before discovering that she'd likely hurt herself. She kept the receipt with the knife that she used to stab herself. Police continued with detailed checks and ultimately established that the woman had fabricated the incident. Local media reported Sister Maria did not suffer life-threatening injuries, but did require hospitalization, local reports found. Initial reports suggest that Sister Maria may have been suffering from mental health crisis of some sort, but this has not been confirmed. Oh, iRobot has run out of messages. Okay. I'll have to deal with that. Mohammed, welcome on in. How are you doing? The punishment for false police claims can vary in Croatia, especially depending on whether the person responsible is suffering from mental health episode. Like I say, there's no love like Christian hate, right? I think she must be claiming that she was depressed or something now because she realized, oh, He's fucked up, and she could actually go to prison for this. She could be fined or imprisoned for up to 3 years if found guilty of wasting police time, a misdemeanor. The guilty party is fined and imprisoned for a shorter amount of time. Reports of the attack being inflicted by migrants spread quickly on social media, sparking xenophobic attacks online. One account, Samantha Sitz, falsely posted that Sister Maria had been stabbed to death and wrote, "Where are the headlines? Where are the protests?" Well, the headlines have all been updated now, Samantha. Where is the outrage? Why are they silent? Ah, yes, because it isn't fashionable to care about Christian lives. Actual bullshit generated, right? One account linked to Tommy Robinson claimed that the media had been ignoring the story for the sake of diversity. If that somehow makes sense to you. Even after the truth behind the story came out, many volatile social media posts about migrants remain online. I mean, it's easy to just link this article now debunking it. But yeah, this is the lady who claimed she was attacked by a foreigner. Oh yeah, absolutely, I agree. But like, this is the kind of thing that you get to see, right? Like, why people want to be the victim so bad they are willing to stab themselves to incite hate. I don't know which part of the Bible she's been reading from, but she thinks that's what Jesus would want, right? He's like, go out there and spread hate, even if it means stabbing yourself with a knife. This is how far they're willing to go just to make people angry and hate a group of people that have literally done nothing wrong to her. I mean, it shouldn't surprise us though, should it? Considering how often Americans like people like I mean, like Jussie Smollett is a guy who faked a hate crime as well, like a few years ago, which is the same sort of thing that she's doing now. Oh yeah, because yeah, flat earthers are desperate to feel like they're smarter than everyone else around them. They don't believe the same fucking conspiracy, right? They don't let the they're smarter than the entire fucking government. That's why they think the earth is flat. Because they don't actually care if the earth is flat or not. They just want to feel like they're smart and they matter. It's the same reason why white supremacists recruit some of the stupid fucking people in the world. Because these people have no absolute, like literally absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever. And they want to believe that they're special and they're good. So telling them that they are special and good just for the literally their genetics is all they need to recruit them. Coda, get out. That's a terrible fucking pun. I'm not a racist, but I would never let my daughter date an audiophile. They don't want to work on themselves. They want to be told that they're good for doing absolutely nothing. Personally, Connor, I think all audiophiles should be castrated. In this house, we only listen to MP3 quality music. I can definitely add that one. Oh, 95. I also found out apparently number 92 is a Nazi dog whistle. So if you see someone 92 in the username, it means they might be a Nazi. I think that was when Trump was saying they're making the mice transgender. Oh man, that dude definitely has dementia. Also, that chat looks a little too small and pixelated to me. I want to make that bigger. Give me one moment. Let's chat. Let's chat. It's not working. Oh my god, hang on. Let's chat. No, okay, I'm gonna have to do it manually like a fucking caveman. Hang on. I have to press actual buttons now. Right, let me quickly fix that vertical. Sorry, not vertical, horizontal chat on the other scene. Look, how did I do it last time? Here we go. Let me quickly do this. Let's play. No, my voice command is just not working. Okay. Get rid of this while I'm sorting it out. Let me change the font size. Make this. There we go. Hopefully, that'll be more legible. Oh, that's still quite small, isn't it? Let's see if I can make it even bigger. I love how Trump and like literally all the right-wing MAGA people are even being subtle about the fact that they're Nazis. They care more about the Nazis than they do about trans people. And they barely try and hide it now. Oh, let me check my games. I might play some Star Wars. Not Star Wars. God of War, that was it. Yeah, legitimately, they always talk about how, you know, they don't want anyone forcing them to do something, and then they're the ones who are always causing the most problems for everyone else, right? Needs to be lower as well. There we go. I find it so fucking weird people are that obsessed with it. I guess, like I said, it's because they have nothing else going for them, do they? Hang on, before I do play God of War, there's some videos I want to talk about. A couple of them. But I think there's going to be an ad break in like a minute. So I might let the ad play and then I'll continue that discussion. But I want to talk about, if you remember that one streamer who shot a firework at a child and blinded them. I've got there's an update on that story. And yeah, and then we'll play some God of War. Honestly, it's no surprise. People know the internet fucking weird like that. And they obsess over the smallest fucking things. Alright, yeah. There'll be an ad break in a moment. I'll be back in just a minute. I might sit in my desk a little and get something else to drink. I'll be back in just a minute. Be right back. No, that one's not working either. Okay. Playing Watch Dogs, and the side activity was stop a woman being assaulted in the street, right? And I went to the alleyway where the woman is going to be attacked, and it's like 98, 99, the percentage is going up. I pulled out an assault rifle, and I shot through the woman to kill the attacker, right? And it counted it as a success. I prevented that crime by shooting through the woman to kill the guy that was about to attack her. I'm popping so many painkillers, it's gonna make me super autistic. Autism makes me stronger. Okay, they told us to put microtransactions in it because that would lead to bigger money. And I came up with the idea of making the Uplay launcher so fucking unbelievably bad that nobody could log into it to access the microtransactions in the first place, thus helping our customers save a lot of money. And because I was so clever in designing a piece of software so utterly unusable, people stopped spending money on them, I was replaced by...
That's probably his plan, but I'm trying to figure out, like, why do you think that is? Because Donald Trump's a white man, he identifies as Christian, I'm not sure if he really is, but what interest does he have in preserving a Jewish ethno-state?
Alright, I'm back to being a feminist again. This woman is making as a modicum of sense, okay? The misogyny has left my body. He's making a reasonable argument, he's trying to debate him on the topic, but she's more questioning Trump's motive, as in she's trying to understand the position better, but she's not brain dead. Really easy to understand. Like, I've explained the most complex concept in video game design to you in the most easiest way possible, right? And then I'm back really condescending and make it seem like it's something that everyone should know the answer to. And I'm gonna be an absolute fucking cunt about it. And you guys are gonna think I'm the best, most wholesome creator on the platform. That's my Pirate Software impression. I used to work at EA for 7 years as the social media manager, right? And there was times when we had some controversy that made people really upset with us. And we were getting a lot of, in fact, we got some angry replies to a lot of things that we were doing. And I had a great idea, right? The light bulb going off my head. And I thought, do you know what would be a great way to get people off our backs? If we told them that they should have a sense of pride and accomplishment in whatever it is they happen to be mad about. I think telling them they should be proud would 100% alleviate the situation. And my boss thought that was a great idea. So he went ahead to ChatGPT and got ChatGPT to write up a response. And he saw the amount of feedback that response.
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed to immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants?
Correct, I'm a child of immigrants. I was born
But you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are Americans?
Not at this moment.
So your parents are not American?
Not at this moment.
Tell
no,
them your parents
they're
are not American.
citizens. They became naturalized.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here,
natural.
right?
Oh my fucking god, these conservative women are gonna make me misogynist. My feminism is being tested right now so fucking hard. You guys have to preemptively forgive me in case I say a misogynistic slur later on in this video, because it's getting very difficult to watch this. This is a very difficult watch. I mean, you guys heard her, right? She's going back and forth on the definition of what is and isn't an immigrant. Holy fucking shit. My patience is being tested watching this video, and we're only halfway.
You were secretly gay, we all know it. That's, oh, come on now, Connor Worlds. Let's debate this nonsense right here from the fiery pits. I'm dead, remember? Just argued with Ben Shapiro about the same dribble. He couldn't land a single point. Secretly gay, preposterous.
Hey, where's Ben Shapiro was in hell too?
My wife, well, love, more than guns, almost. Prove it wrong, or it's just woke lefty lies. 72% of conservatives agree it's baloney. Stats don't lie. Challenge accepted?
I think that's pretty accurate, right? That's the kind of bullshit he would say. It's more accurate to him than that fucking AI video at Memorial ever was. The bit where he mentioned loving like guns more than he loved his wife. Spot on. 10 out of 10. Exactly what he actually believed as well. He did care about the Second Amendment more than I've returned. I'm gonna quickly pause my music, as much as I love this track, and move on over to talking about this. Watch this. Okay, so do you remember this guy who went to India during Diwali? He's a kick streamer, and he shot a firework into a child's face. There's been an update about this. Yeah, once he found out, he then said, yeah, I totally paid for all of the medical stuff, as if that makes it better. I'm surprised this motherfucker still has any fans. The whole point of Kick was, hey, we're like Twitch, but everyone who's banned on Twitch can stream here now, because we won't ban you. And then they end up with shit like this happening. And I don't know why people are always surprised by it. I think you need to give them more than just paid medical bills, right? And I don't get why people watch this kind of crap, though. I'm sure it's mostly little kids that watch him. Because no grown adult would want to watch this kind of content. Is this supposed to be, there's supposed to be audio on YouTube? One moment. Why is there no audio? Hang on. Let me fix that.
But
there we go.
Started off with making incredibly bad pranks on YouTube, which then led him to get some essay allegations and just a whole
bad
of scandals. He was then linked.
Okay, what's up? How you doing? I'm gonna restart the video because there was no audio for the first part.
On Kick after creators found the girl he hit with a firework on stream last month and revealed that she in fact did lose her vision in one of her eyes, despite Sam saying that it was just a scratch. Then to make things even worse, you have a bunch of creators accusing Sam of shortchanging the family because he claimed he paid for all the medical bills, but according to them, he didn't pay for as much as he claimed.
Dude is full of shit, let's be honest.
A small fraction of what it actually was. So this is some life-ruining allegations towards Sam here because he's now banned on Kick.com, which one could only assume.
The worst part is he's not going to face any consequences for this, is he? Apart from just getting banned.
Scheming around with Save the Kids didn't last forever, and I don't know how.
Like he should. I genuinely think he should be in prison for this.
Wondering if Sam's buddy
he basically assaulted a child.
Meant for the injured girl and her family, but at the end of the day, people are trying to get justice now because Sam fled India right after this happened because he knew this was going to be bad. So instead of actually trying to help the family,
the Venn diagram of kick streamers and people who have assaulted children or harmed children is almost literally a circle.
But at this point, point, it seems like Sam has finally achieved his ultimate goal of getting banned on Kick.com, because if he wasn't trying to do that, I don't know what he was doing, because everything he's done that we've covered in the last, I don't know, year or so has been a very bad look for the platform. And that really says a lot, because if you're banned on Kick.com, something's seriously wrong, because there's a whole lot of people on that site that would not exist on Twitch or even YouTube. But all of this is because of the incident that happened in India a little bit over a month ago, where he aimed a firework at a family and fired it and hit a young girl in the eye. After he screamed headshot, he then backtracked.
Kind of hard for him to deny he did it on purpose when there's literally video of him doing it and celebrating the hit. He can't say it was an accident. He literally filmed the evidence. A lot of streamers like him, Johnny Somali, and all these fucking shitty nuisance streamers, right? They literally film themselves doing crimes and then somehow don't get arrested for it, even though they supplied the evidence themselves.
They did their own research and they found the family. And that's when they started documenting and posting the full extent of her injuries. And it's safe to say, yeah, that's not just a scratch. That is a permanent, life-altering injury that was done by a selfish IRL streamer trying to make funny content for his live stream. And if you didn't watch my last video on Sam, or are somehow lucky enough to not know who Sam Pepper is, you should go watch that video. I will be linking the other video down below for more context after you watch this video. But to quickly...
Yeah, I mean, his trial can't be over and done with soon enough, right?
Who's been online since about 2010, with YouTube being his main avenue, and then he later pivoted to IRL streaming on, first, I think it was Twitch, and then when Kick.com...
You got people like fucking Logan Paul who was still out there, still being a fucking dick, not facing any consequences. In fact, he's probably the first nuisance streamer that had probably inspired all these other copycats to go out and be dicks in public and record themselves. And it's almost entirely children that watch them. There's no grown fucking adult that ever watch this kind of content.
He was then linked to a crypto rug pull called Save the Kids, and then he was detained at the North Korean border, but was immediately released. And that's just naming a few things. He's now banned on most of the streaming platforms. I think the only real streaming platform he has left is YouTube and Pump Fun. So that really sets the standard high for him. I guess Rumble as well. So we'll see what he decides to do. But this
Rumble is even further down on the fucking cesspit.
And the group consisted of Sam and his friends, Lettyvision, DBR, and Deepak. And Deepak, I mentioned earlier, is now taking some heat for allegedly pocketing some of the money that was meant for the family. And the incident started with that group took to the streets to join locals who were setting off fireworks during the Diwali celebration. And this is when, allegedly, some fireworks got pretty close to them. So Sam's response was to then aim a firework at a group of people and fire it off. Like, there's no way you could assume that that would end well. I also love that Deepak stated more than once.
I mean, I guess now he's learned why people don't do that and why there's so many warnings saying don't aim these at people.
Had a friend explode their hand on similar fireworks in India. So all the warning signs were there to not do this, as if you need warning signs to not aim a firework at another human being. But hey, some need a little bit more than a warning, apparently.
Someone that blew their left hand up with fireworks. India? Okay, well, I won't light any.
But clearly, that was a horrible foreshadowing. And originally, there was allegations that she lost her vision. But that's now been confirmed, because previously, it was being stated that she was 8 years old, but now we have confirmation that she's 11 years old. And what's frustrating about
I don't think that makes it any better.
Like a one-time, hey, I'm gonna fire a firework at a group of people. No, he shot one first, missed the group of people by barely, and then he rearmed himself with another one, and then fired the second one, and that's the one that hit the girl. So this was a deliberate action by him. He even screamed headshot right after that happened. So clearly not a good look, because like, what human hits another human being with a firework in the head and starts jumping with joy, screaming headshot? That is just outrageous. It's like, hello, this man just shot a projectile at a child. Why are you guys celebrating? Thankfully, the entire mood changes because locals start coming over and telling Sam that he did in fact hit someone and that he did in fact cause real damage. At first, the guy said he was trying to get a rise out of Sam, claiming that the girl fully lost her eye. But now, it's starting to seem like he might have actually been right after all. Sam then unmics himself, he leaves the view of the stream to deal with the issue, then he returns, and the group minimizes it, almost kind of like half blames the girl and her family, and they try to like move on. Sam then followed up with a tweet claiming that the person that he hit only got a cut above their eyebrow. In quote, he said, "I feel terrible. We sent someone with them to get checked out and make sure all costs were paid. They got a paper stitch, and are now back home. And I guess he just wanted us all to take his word for it. But now, thanks to the creators Asian Andy and Rajan Kaur, they refuse to let this be swept under the rug. And the truth about the girl's condition is finally coming out nearly a month later. And it's safe to say it is definitely not looking great. Because after all this happened, Asian Andy immediately took it on himself to try and verify the situation by getting boots on the ground. This is where Rajan Kaur comes in. And he was the one who actually tracked down the family in India. And this is all while Andy is broadcasting his messages to his audience. So here, the claims are that Sam did actually cause permanent damage to this little girl's eye, not just a scratch like he claimed. And here, there are alleged doctor reports to prove it.
अंदर से पूरी जल चुकी है, डैमेज हो चुकी है।
कुछ नहीं दे के गए वो। हमारे तो रिक्शा चलाते हैं बेटा। रिक्शा चलाते ही हैं, मेहनत मजदूरी करते हैं, रोज का ताजी कमाना ताजी खाना है।
सारे कागज है।
और आस्था बता के चले गए कि आस्था हो गया। यार थोड़ी सी लगी ऐसे कह के बाहर। आस्था हुआ आस्था हुआ। अभी गरीब आदमी तो आता कोर्ट कचहरी करेगा, कहाँ पे क्या करेगा बताओ।
कोर्ट कचहरी कर ले तो भाग गया वैसे भी। उसको पकड़ेगा कौन?
बेटा ये देखो ये तो रिक्शा चलाता है, रिक्शा चला के आया, बताओ ये तो बच्चे पालने मुश्किल हो रही है इसके लिए।
हमें तो हमारी बेटी का इलाज चाहिए, इलाज मिल जाए और
Oh, that's fucked up.
इसका फ्यूचर खराब ना हो, बस ऐसा हो।
He's too busy trying to flee the country to avoid any consequences. He didn't even stop to consider, like, you know, this is a poor family that has to pay for, like, however much this might cost.
उसकी लेफ्ट आंख के अंदर ये पूरा बीच में से ऐसे क्रैक दिख रहा है। साफ मना कर दिया कि नहीं होएगी ठीक। और ये गरीब आदमी है भाई, ये प्राइवेट में यहाँ पे प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में भी जाके ये इलाज करवा रहे हैं, इसके पैसे लगते हैं भाई। इतने तो अच्छे अच्छों पे नहीं होते इतने पैसे।
So Andy and Raj started sharing photos of this little girl with a bandaged eye and even provided video of the girl and her family, with them alleging that Sam didn't actually cover the hospital bills like he said. But that is apparently a whole nother can of worms. So based on this video, it doesn't seem...
Yeah, because, I mean, his story doesn't even check out. How would he have done that if he apparently left India the next day?
Forever. And what's so sad about this is Sam...
You didn't even know who he hit.
Basically, every moment forward in her life will now be different because of the actions.
I think he should pay her for life,
and his friend
right?
Deepak has been going live as well, trying to protect himself.
He screwed up her life, he should now fund it.
Gave him $3,000 to give to the family. He states, however, that he put $1,000 into savings account and it was quickly drained. So to protect the money and prevent it from being spent on things other than hospital
In
bills,
one eye, from the looks of it, in her left eye.
so now it's starting to sound like there's more than just one snake in the grass. Also, I'm kind of surprised that he gave $3,000 to cover the hospital bill of blinding someone. I know medical treatment in India is cheap, but that sounds a little bit too cheap.
I said to him, he send you 3 lakhs, but 1 lakhs I give you, but he finished 1 lakhs in just 1 month. Yeah, he finished the 1 month. But I don't know, because I don't know why he finished that. If I give him the directly all money, like a 3 lakhs.
They didn't even give him the full amount. Because he told some guy to pay the family, and apparently, no, the family spent all the money straight away. I'm not giving them any more. Motherfucker. This shit ain't cheap.
Family member and me, we try to fix deposit his bank account. This is my thinking, because if that money was going his pocket, his family, maybe the expense, the money was gone. So this is not good for his family. I mean, this is not good for the girls. So I was save this money for, especially for future for his girls. They say, oh, I was to go to the work, my money is gone. This his family. I was to take she's girls with me. Then after we going to the in night times, like 3 or 4 o'clock, we going to that girls in the AMS hospital, and then after next day announcement she lost that eyes. Not same time doctor say, oh, lost the vision. No, next day morning time.
Bro, how efficient does he think the doctors are?
She lost that one eye's vision.
Did he expect appointments to be over and done in like 10 minutes?
Hospital. And we talked to the doctor. This is me in hospital. This is all talking to Sam Pepper. Like this time is next day. Next day, like I what? Yeah, why Sam ran away? I don't know. I don't know why he didn't do it. He just messaged me, Deepak.
No, they don't.
I want to leave this country right now.
In fact, I'm pretty sure even like the most fancy private places in America don't fix things like this within a day.
Maybe I'm in a home, or maybe I'm in hospital with that girl, and he was a message me, and he said I'm in the airport Now I have to leave this country. Then what should I do? And what should I do for this situation, dude?
So yeah, Sam has permanently acquired the name Scam Pepper, so it makes sense that he would be hanging out with people who are already willing to rip off people who are clearly in extreme need. So if this is true, Deepak didn't only scam Sam, but he also scammed a family in dire need because of them. So clearly a lot of people are questioning Deepak, and now they're also claiming that he's profiting off of this, not only by allegedly pocketing some of that money, but he's also raising funds for that family, but it's unclear if that money is actually going towards that family or not. And it seems like Sam himself is doing everything he can to avoid having to deal with this as well, because the dude went from posting himself nude doing side quests with some Indonesian tribe to going radio silence on Twitter. Then suddenly you have texts from both Sam and Deepak the night of the incident also circulating around the internet thanks to Asian Andy, and it's clear that Sam knew that he did a lot more damage than just a scratch here. Hence why he decided to flee the country to avoid any...
Are there going to be any countries left that he's going to be allowed in?
I don't think anyone thinks it's crazy or bizarre that he's refused to acknowledge any of this. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens next. Will he be extradited back to India for this? I highly doubt it. But if he actually does, that would be yet another outrageous moment of effing around and finding out when it comes to IRL streamers. So as of right now, it definitely seems harder and harder for Sam to avoid the spotlight for what he did. But who knows? He might just try to lay low and let all this blow over. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens here. But hey, do you guys think the Indian authorities are going to do anything about this? Let me know in the comments down below.
I don't think they can.
Subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys.
Like they don't really have extradition laws with other countries, do they?
You got to explain this. I've been dying to get a hold of you for this reason. When you,
Gary
Garver, our reporter out in Hollywood.
This is audio from a certain interview with Tarantino.
Here's what you said.
It's currently in the news because he was talking shit about the actor Paul Dano who played the Riddler in Batman.
You ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Quentin, how you doing, man?
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Nice to meet you. What have you done to make the world a better place?
I don't know. What do you think I've done?
Cool movies.
Oh, well, there. I'll stand with that.
Pulp Fiction's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, were you happy when Roman Polanski won the Oscar?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually, yeah.
What's so great about a rapist being the recipient of Hollywood's highest honor?
I don't consider him a rapist.
Right, that's the one. How can you defend? See, I don't understand this. How come Hollywood embraces this madman, this director who raped a 13-year-old?
He didn't rape a 13-year-old. It was statutory rape.
Yeah, all right.
And what's West Dreambot coming from?
Not quite the same thing. All right?
It's not, get rid of him.
It's not statutory rape. You know, he had sex with a minor. All right, that's not rape. To me, when you use the word rape, all right, you're talking about violent.
I think Tarantino knows the definition of that word.
You can't throw. Throwing the word rape around is like throwing the word racist around. All right, you know.
I don't think he knows the definition of that word either.
You know, he was guilty of having sex with a minor. All right.
That she didn't want to have.
No, that was not the case at all. She wanted to have it.
Well,
and dated the guy, and
she was 13
and found out. Well, by the way, we're talking about America's morals. We're not talking about the morals in Europe and everything. All right.
Wait a second.
Morals in Europe, morals in China.
With a 13-year-old girl, and you're a grown man, you know that that's wrong because she has
giving her booze and
pills.
I'm not. Look, she was down with it.
4225.
And she's talked about it. She's talked about it.
Oh,
now she's an adult.
So crazy.
I'm right. She's talked about it since. He didn't really do anything to me, though. It was a technicality of her being 13.
But would you ever seduce a 13-year-old with pills and booze?
No.
You wouldn't.
Again, you're killing him.
I mean, he seems to think it's okay.
No more than if she was 18 or 19 or 20.
Hold on a second.
Please.
I'm going to read the transcript.
Refute this.
Wait a minute. No, the transcripts are like now she's trying to take care of her mom who's pissed off at her.
Did he actually suspect Bruce Lee?
She's saying that now that she's an adult.
This was when it happened.
I know what I'm saying. Her mom is now on her. Now
I never heard of that one.
Now she's an adult. She said
I think that's a conspiracy theory I've never heard of.
He said, yeah, I'll take you home soon. What did you do? I told him, I said that I wanted to go home. What did Mr. Polanski say? He told me to go in the other room and lie down. I was going, no.
If only Bruce Lee killed him,
because I
right?
was afraid. So I went and I sat down on the couch. And what?
Bruce Lee, you killed the wrong person.
Him? See?
What was the answer?
Then they just go him. I don't know. That was weird.
That's a very provocative question with no answer.
What happened when you sat down on the couch? He sat down beside me and asked me.
I generally think there should be travel bans.
And then he reached over and he kissed me, and I was telling him no.
People like Logan Paul should not be able to travel to the countries.
I'll take you home soon. Then what happened? And then he went down and he started performing cuddliness. 13, cuddliness.
Okay, now let me talk for a second here.
She didn't even know what the word cunnilingus is.
Like, if they've committed crimes and been banned in one country, they should not be allowed to go in any country. Just take their passport off them.
Now, if you were going to really do equal time, then you could have his book, Roman by Polanski, and read his chapter about what he says happens. All right?
Of course he's going to say she was into it.
And, of course, she's going to say this because she knows...
I think they should just be banned, period.
Why do you side with him?
Not even be allowed to go.
His version sounds more likely. All right? Sounds really, really more likely. She was not...
You know how he could have avoided all this? Not being with a 13-year-old.
Well,
because they can get around that by having someone else film them whilst they're there. And they say, oh, I'm not filming. Someone else is filming me while I'm here. Can't help that.
If you had a 13-year-old daughter, the most mature 13-year-old in the world, she looks 17. And your 13-year-old daughter, you leave her alone with a guy who's supposed to photograph her, who's 25 or 30, and you find out that he had cuddliness with her, you'd freak, wouldn't you?
No. Yes.
He had intercourse with her.
Yes.
There'd be a bullet in Polanski's head.
Yes.
I'd kill him.
I mean, considering he lives in Tel Aviv, the pedophile capital of the world, this should not be surprising anyone, if I'm being honest.
But the situation was not that
You keep saying the word but we all know every word that comes before the word but is horseshit.
She was down to party with Roman.
It is against the law. Let's get
but you're the
right
adult.
down to it. It's against
the adult
law.
is supposed to know better.
Okay, but let's talk about...
I think, sir, if they're committing crimes in other countries like that, the best thing to do is just take away their passport so they can't travel to other countries.
Get to say she's down with the party. She can't sign a
Because otherwise, like, you're giving them punishment for things that only get enforced in certain countries. They'll just go to a different country, carry on being a piece of shit there. That's what Johnny Somali did. He went from Japan to Korea because he knew once he went there, Japan can't touch him for the shit he was doing there.
Yes.
No, you're talking about, it's a minor situation. It's a situation that she's a minor. That is the situation.
He should have done
Is it against
jail
the
time.
law? You're right.
He should have done jail
But
time.
in this book, though, do you know what happened?
I will never let him come back into this country.
They would do the same thing. They put them in the same whole register a pedophile would be on, where they can't have access to social media anymore.
Yeah.
He talks about why he
Most of them probably belong there anyway.
Why do you think?
I know Tarantino definitely does.
You're a director, he's a director. Is that what's going on here?
I have a little bit of information on this, all right, as opposed to just popping off on this and that and the other.
Anytime a person's 13 and an adult has sex with them, I believe that's rape.
Look, okay, I don't believe that's rape. I believe it's against the law.
Right.
All right?
Which is rape.
I believe it's rape.
I don't believe it's rape. I mean, not at 13. Not for these 13-year-old party girls out there.
Oh, my God.
Really?
I don't think there are any 13-year-olds going to parties and getting drunk. They're still doing fucking homework at that age.
Party girls. What is that?
Hey, let me ask you. All right, so you do...
Couldn't you have found an 18-year-old party?
You guys turn into Bill
O'Reilly?
Bill O'Reilly. I wasn't looking, all right?
But wait a second.
He's definitely fucking nonced a few kids. 100% Tarantino is a nonce.
And even I have a daughter, 17, who, while she is old enough, certainly...
Yeah, absolutely. The only 13-year-old at a party is one being groomed.
3 daughters. I know what it is to have a 13-year-old daughter. There is no way emotionally they're equipped to run off with a 40-year-old Roman Polanski and have him say, come on, baby, let's drink, let's take some pills and have sex. It's up to Roman Polanski to go, you know what, you're really young. And you know what, maybe this is insane, I have an attraction for you, but you've got to go home.
Yeah, look, okay, now, in this situation, I agree with you.
Right.
I agree with what I'm having. The only thing I'm having a problem with is using super big buzzwords that don't quite apply to the situation when you say that word and what you imagine.
You got to get off the ecstasy and listen to me.
I can't fucking imagine anyone trying to make this argument that he's making.
Now, you do it a lot?
No, not at all, man. I was just...
not at all.
Some people don't even have a fucking fully developed frontal lobe until they're over the age of 21. And there are some people over the age of 21 who just don't have a developed brain at all, and they wear a fucking red hat. That says Make America Great Again to signify that.
Look, I don't really do it that often. But by the way, here, one thing. Now, here I won't mind talking about it.
Okay.
Because what you're quoting is the Playboy interview.
Okay.
All right. I've been reading Playboy since I was...
Oh, yeah, I read it for the articles.
Right, throw me in jail.
Wait a second.
Right.
It's different for a boy.
Throw my mom in jail.
Different for a boy.
Stop it. Nobody's saying that.
I got Playboy when I was 13.
I mean, I'd throw him in jail anyway.
But you can get there from there.
No. If you're a party at 13 with a 13-year-old, that's one thing.
Hold on.
I don't think a 40-year-old should be part of that.
That's right. There you go. Sonia, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. I think Quentin is definitely right in this situation. She may be 13, but she was drinking, she was partying, and she said yes. And that does not make it right. That makes it consensual.
No, it doesn't.
Said no to me, but
now I think she, just like Quentin said, I think that she said no because she knew she would
A
be.
40-year-old man has no business being in the same room as a drunk 13-year-old.
Don't know either, by the way.
I'm seeing what's written there.
Yeah, well, I read Roman Polanski's book, all right, and I saw what's written there.
Why not a 6-year-old?
And I heard what she says now, too.
Please.
Yes, Jerry.
Pulled it all back.
Jerry, you're on the air.
Quentin, how many 12-year-old party girls you have over there? Oh, I'll be so horny for you, Quentin. You both are home.
God knows what's going on in Quentin's house.
That's right. Tarantino definitely deserves to be in prison.
My birthday, but Twitch has just done something so completely disconnected from reality and something that seems actually pretty bad for streamers that I actually had to set this thing up in the middle of the jungle in order to be able to talk about it. And that's
I wonder if he starts studying spiders like Madam Web's origin story.
For about 3 years now, coming up on 3 years when they first started testing things like channel skins, streamer red ads, and other sponsored subs, and a few other different products related to this overall product of sponsorships. And the idea is a good one in that streamers are going to be able to do sponsorships directly through the platform itself. It means more money for creators. And ultimately, the platform also takes a cut from that as well. And so it's more money for Twitch. And so it should be a thing that is win-win for everybody. But unfortunately, the launch of this appears to be not in streamers' favors. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys a couple different examples, plus a response that Twitch actually gave to partners, which shows that this is not a mistake, or at least not a big one. Yesterday, I shared on Twitter a post here about an offer that was sent to me that the person has about 100 CCV. In order to play PUBG Battlegrounds, they were going to get paid about $9. So if you do the math on that, it's less than...
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Tarantino did not have a, well, he might have skipped biology classes, I guess.
The general accepted industry rate by a lot of people is $1 per CCV, up to $3 per CCV, in the case of a pay-for-performance kind of thing, where it's just kind of like promoting the game itself to a new audience. That's generally how they pay. When you have things that are tied to downloads, so an actual action, then yeah, the numbers can be a little bit more. The initial number can be different, but then the amount that you get for each download can be more. And so if you take a look at the Stream Element sponsorships, they kind of show that, and that if you play a game, you'll get paid like a minimum of $10, but if you get somebody to download the game, you'll get paid an extra $7 on top. So they do give you an idea there of both the promotion aspect of it in terms of a rate per CCV, and the amount that you could potentially make for getting people to actually download something. And so, anyways, I tweeted this out, and because it's a terrible rate to get paid between 6 to 18, 20 cents per CCV, that is an industry rate unheard of. That's like a 90% cut for a lot of people who have been doing this for a while, and large creators saw the exact same thing as smaller creators did. Now, this is where Twitch actually responded to it, to partners, and they said the following. We have been seeing your feedback in these channels, and I presume this is in the partner Discord, and have been working on the back end to validate some of the estimated payouts. We uncovered that some estimates were inaccurate for these campaigns and working on making adjustments now. So basically saying, hey, we recognize that we messed up here, the numbers are way too low, we apologize, we're changing it right now. Please note the estimates do not impact your actual payout, and we are still honing in estimated and actual payouts, so expect more changes over the coming months. Okay, coming months. Now I'm going to tell you why that's important very soon here. Additionally, if you've already accepted, basically saying if you already declined it, because a lot of people did, saying that this is not enough money, they can reopen it for you if you like the new estimate better. And now I'm going to show you the new estimate, because when I checked my own dashboard yesterday, it was about $8 that I was being offered, and I have a CCV of about 110 or so. And actually I'll show you exactly what the change has been. So keep in mind, was offered about $8, $9 yesterday for a CCV. Here, let me just show you my CCV. 111 over the last 90 days, okay? That's my average CCV over the last 90 days is 111. This is my new offer. Again, yesterday, $9. Today, 22 max, $18.54. So they effectively double the amount that they're offering creators. Now, if you're doing the math at home,
Matt is saying that he has over 100 viewers, and this is how much they're paying him for it.
Times lower than the industry standard. And allow me to do the math actually for you here. 22.25 is my max payout. 111 CCV means a CPM rate or a CCV per CCV rate of 20 cents. Again, keep in mind, industry rate is standard, pretty standard, at $1 for marketing purposes, aka play game to expose audiences to your community, and then a lot more if it's pay for.
To be fair, Twitch are very desperate to try and make as much money as possible, because apparently Amazon aren't satisfied with how much Twitch is bringing in. And it's been that way for a while.
Industry standard. Okay.
Which is why you see a lot of changes happening rapidly in this past year or two.
Because they hate me, understandable.
A lot of them are very money driven. In fact, the watch streak is probably the only thing that's not. Oh, it's Kelly.
In PUBG Battlegrounds, and both of them are 1722 max payout and 1735 max payout. So roughly within the exact same.
You know, Kerry mentioned.
Each other. If we take a look at her CCV over the last 90 days, she has about a 78 CCV, which if we do the math on that comes to about 22 cents. Again, still 80% less than industry standard. One more here. Here is Zynode, who said, dear Twitch sponsors, don't do this, blah, 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 if your numbers are low, whatever. Again, showing PUBG a max payout of 16. Keep in mind, these are the updated rates. This is not the old one that's the mistake. This is the updated one. 1687 over the last 90 days has an average of 89, which means that their rate is 18.9.
I want to know how much I would get for this. Hang on, with me and my less than 10 viewers. Let me have a look. Find out my sponsors. Let me check on my dashboard. Well, I know I have access to the Stream Elements sponsors. Let me find out. Okay, this is apparently what I have. So they look like mobile games. $15 base pay and plus 25 per new user. If I can trick any of you guys to signing up to Marvel Strike Force. And to be fair, Marvel might not be too bad. Or Warpath. $10 base pay, 24 per new. They definitely want to get new users, so yeah, these are the only offers I have apparently. Let me check the expired ones. Any declined? I've not accepted any of these.
Per CCV.
Doubt I ever will.
About 80% less than industry standard. So what's happening here exactly? Well, I don't really know, but there's two possible theories that I can present to you that you can pick your poison on which one you think is the better outcome, and it, quite frankly, might be both. First and foremost, and I think this one's probably the most likely, is greed. Twitch is launching this project, or this product, in order for them to make money. If creators make money, great, but they want to make money first. That is the reason why they are doing this. They're not doing this to be charitable to creators, they want to make money. And so my feeling is, again, I don't have any evidence to support this other than it doesn't make sense, these numbers that they're providing, is that Twitch is going, well, what if we offer them the lowest possible amount possible? So instead of them paying out a industry standard of $1 per CCV, they're actually going, well, what if we just paid 20 cents and then we pocket that additional 80 cents plus the amount that we're actually charging PUBG. They make a lot more money in this case. Some creators who decide to do
But I think it's backfired on them now, because now streamers aren't accepting these sponsorships because it's just too low. It's not worth the effort all the time.
We just did a fast one on these guys. We managed to take them to the cleaners. We're making tons of money. Creators are happy because they're getting money that they wouldn't have otherwise, and everybody goes home happy. Except for the people who know their worth, who speak out, such as me, and say, don't do this. This is a bad thing to do. This is going to set back everybody in the industry if everybody starts taking these. But again, small creators might not know this. They might do it going, I'll take $2 to play a game for an hour. I'll take $1.50 to play a game for an hour. They might just do it. And the reason why I think that one is the most likely is because of that update from Twitch themselves saying, oh, we found an error. We're going to be updating it, and we're going to continue updating it in the months ahead. My feeling is that Twitch is going, what is the lowest possible that we can potentially pay them that gets them to do it, and we get the max results. And then once that group of people is no longer accepting them, they increase the rates by 10%. Or in this case, they double it from 6 to 8 cents, and they increase it to about 20 cents. And then they find out what group is willing to accept it at that rate. And then they increase it again to, let's say, 50 cents per CCV. And then they find out which group is willing to take that, and then they move it up higher again. I think that's what's kind of happening here. Again, just a feeling. Is that they're just basically doing market research in order to see how much they
and they're starting from rock bottom, apparently. Okay.
How little they can pay creators. The second option here, or the second possibility that I can envision here, is not necessarily a good one either, because it spells devastation for the platform itself, is that Twitch's sales team is incompetent. It is possible that they have gone to market and they've said, hey...
I think that's the most likely solution, if I'm being honest. Just based on the amount of decisions they've made that have been terrible in the past.
PUBG and other games are going, no, we have our own systems that we already use. And Twitch is going, well, we can get results for 80% less than what you're paying. And so in this theoretical case, maybe Twitch is only taking a 10% cut or a 20% cut or a 40%.
Exactly, Seraph. I mean,
the actual rates that they're getting.
The Colosseums in Rome kept people complacent for quite a while.
Twitch's sales team isn't able to sell the sponsorship product.
That's why they have so many amphitheaters.
Standard rates, and so they're going
in like Mediterranean areas.
Barrel, lowest of the low, trying to get anybody to use it and offering literally.
They realize this. It's like, hey, if we want our government to last, we need to make sure people are happy and entertained.
They're going below market rates.
Instead of just the rich enjoying fancy things like that, let's make like a big fucking place for everyone to sit down and watch cool things.
Because this original idea is for Twitch to make money, and not necessarily as the side benefit of creators being able to make money. But overall, that's what I'm kind of thinking here. In any case, now that you know that industry standard rates are at least $1, again, they can be higher, they can be up to 3, they can be 5. Sometimes they can be lower, but there's usually a performance aspect to that, which pays a lot more. But now that you know that, I hope that you're a little bit more informed yourself about industry rates and what you, as a creator, are worth, and so you don't have to lower your own value in order to take these micro deals that make no sense for creators, and wait until Twitch actually provides something of reasonable value before you end up doing these sponsorships. In any case, let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure to share this with other creators so that they also know what the hell is going on.
I do like exactly what you say in his content. He does a lot of very informative content like this about streaming. And the dude has some pretty good like videos and information out there.
It's because I've had too many mojitos today, but I'm pretty mad. Anyways, thanks so much for watching.
Alright, next we got a death battle video against Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. And I think this is a very one-sided fight. I think Yugi has got this. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, but I generally think Yugi, considering he has access to God cards, I don't think there's anything in Pokemon that can potentially rival it, like maybe Arceus. Even then, Arceus isn't exactly quite as powerful as like Exodia or the God cards is.
Look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's new.
Because Ash doesn't have an Arceus, so.
Just launched, and it's all about action.
Collect companions and claim your throne as Vampire Lord in this survivor-like and roguelike RPG. Double the like.
Each run is another step on your journey to wipe out.
Skip the ad. I do not care about this mobile game.
Inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow rat enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and...
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for outgoing flamboyant thieves and air balloons.
I think that Thunderbolt works on Pokemon that are immune to it as well. It's kind of bullshit.
The anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got
Okay, imagine they're going to rely on a lot of anime bullshit that doesn't happen in the game in order to give Ash even a fighting chance here.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this leaf blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write the show.
They just get me heated. Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar.
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Grass Scraggy, Lycanroc, Torkoal, Slimy.
With new regions, soar new flying types.
I bet the fucking Pokérap is going to be in like 8 hours long now, because there's over 1,000 of them now, isn't there?
Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical? Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically...
Didn't he also pick up like a Larvitar, which is insanely heavy?
Nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich.
Also the fact that Minnesota exists in the Pokemon world.
The Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime. The stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This Jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over.
Didn't he finally win once though?
Just turn the hat backwards.
He actually let him win one.
His strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja.
I think the Pokemon anime actually has more episodes than One Piece as well, because it's been airing for longer. And they pump out episodes like in like a crazy amount.
Get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts.
Here's wild to me though. That the only anime that the company that makes the Pokemon anime actually made before they went to Pokemon was Berserk. They went from making Berserk to now only making Pokemon.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no! Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, 4Kids.
Boomstick, 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Kaiju Gengar!
I do love Gigantamax designs. It's one of my favorite things from Sword and Shield.
Smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need
I think Mega Evolution and Gigantamax are two of the best features they've added in.
will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt! This Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free. 4 kids, let my boy win. Yes.
Sure. Ash did his best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that to him,
Oh, did they actually retire him after that?
friends with every
Good, I'm glad.
So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the
There's only so many years he can stay 10 years old for.
in the world of Pokemon. The journey continues.
I did like it when in Sun and Moon, like, where the original trainers Red and Blue came back as like middle-aged dudes.
Or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this.
Skipping the sad.
.com/deathbattle.
Free shipping and 365.
My money's on my boy Yugi here for this.
Death battle.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to
I have Millennium Puzzle. It fell apart because I dropped it. It fell off my bookshelf, so I need to put it back together again. It's just been sat on my shelf for like days.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz.
Ash is getting sent to Shadow Realm. I can see it coming.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Muto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Because in the original, like, Season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yugi literally killed people.
Run his grandpop's game shop.
But little did
His body count's higher than Ash's, that's for certain.
spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's Griddle Air Hockey, Mario Party with Chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
I did like the original. I read the original manga for Season 0, and like I did like the variety in it, and just how creative each chapter was.
Grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba. Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being
Like he made a school bully jump off a roof and kill himself.
the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami
I did like the chapter where they played D&D, with Bakura being the DM.
Tristan and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodi... Oh, there they go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, Why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him, but I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian, a sick, nasty swordsman. Summon skulls, shoot bolts of lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast-forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand. Dark Magician and his apprentice, Dark Magician Zero.
Both are masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking of portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilize monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works.
I love how the reason the early season didn't run the same way the card game actually works is because they hadn't made the card game yet. They were still making the rules of the game. That's why in season 1 they all play it wrong.
Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more.
The whole Duelist Kingdom arc is
To level the field.
bullshit, basically.
Which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty runback against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ballgame altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi...
I don't know anyone who thinks why anyone would think even why Ash could actually have a chance against this.
But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the gods' limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against Paradox. It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence.
He has a dragon for a penis, which is great watching the 4Kids dub trying to censor it and make it look like it's coming out of his chest or something.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will duel monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
He's the ultimate duel monster who banishes Zork and all of his scary darkness for good.
Like, I don't think any of the Pokemon in the Pokemon world, not even Arceus, can stand up to that. So if they're going to let Yugi have that.
Same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game. And you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
The Battle of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without...
Oh, another ad. I'm going to skip past this.
That's some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
It's time to death battle!
I do like the amount of effort they go into making these.
You okay, Pikachu? We're on force.
Like, even the voice actors who normally get to very characters are really well done.
But I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack, and I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up. Great job. Now, Thunderbolt.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise!
If I'm correct about this, it's the movie that won the most Oscars in history until recently, I think. No, it still might have the title, actually.
Oh, I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Charizard, I choose you!
Oh, this is one big clusterfuck, isn't it? Thing is, Buster Blader can one-shot any Dragon-type Pokemon he has as well. This is some fucking good animation. Whoever animated this is a great job.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now. I just need to believe in the heart of the cards.
Who's that Pokemon?
Haruxi! Goddess of light! This is it! Magician! Flash burning magic! Haruxi! Choser!
Oh, it's a Godfather, okay. I was thinking of Return of the King, so I know that one won everything.
Pikachu, let's finish this. Together!
You activated my trap card!
Oh, I was waiting for this line.
With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your life points directly!
I'm glad they got that iconic line in there.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
I have no idea how anyone would think Ash was going to win this.
Oh, my childhood. Whiz, quick! I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Atem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale, since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time.
I think Yugi is also the only anime character to canonically have owned slaves.
The cards are unchanging, unable to...
Because Egypt definitely had that as a practice during his time.
But when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi
You can't beat it.
his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to
I think the heart of the cards is more real than any religion in the fucking world right now.
manifest them into reality.
I've seen it do more miracles than Christianity ever has.
Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ash's can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with...
To be fair, the power of friendship is literally a requirement to be published in Shonen Jump magazine.
Destroying that relativity field with a universe.
That's why so many like Shonen anime rely on the power of friendship, because it's one of the core values of Shonen Jump. Friendship and teamwork. And promoting good values like that.
Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more psychic barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had.
and he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, you know, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants, and we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner is Yugi Moto.
Honestly, it was such a one-sided fight.
Death Battle will be back in 2026, but right now you can check out our brand new channel.
I'm gonna leave that there. What I might do is I don't know if I'll be streaming any games today. I think I might wrap it up and raid out someone. Keep it short and sweet. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'm visiting my family tomorrow. And I won't be up early enough for that, so I don't want to stream any later than today. I might be streaming Tuesday night. If not Tuesday, it'll be Wednesday. See if there's anyone I would like to raid out to. Yeah, thank you everyone who tuned in, of course. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening. I think I want to send you to a few friends, actually. Hang on, let me have a look. Please make sure I've checked everyone before I decide who I want to raid. Okay, they've not been live for too long. I'm going to send you to Nolene's, who's currently streaming some music or just chatting, I think. Talking about Spotify. I hope you enjoy watching their stream. He's a nice person. Anyway, I'll see you most likely either Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, no, apparently I'm not allowed to raid. They got no, they won't allow raids at this time. In that case, I'm going straight to bed. I was going to raid out to her, but no, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you most likely going to be Wednesday. I think it might be Tuesday, depending on, what time I get home and if I'm too lazy to do it or not. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night. Sayonara.